Hello and welcome back to ENG and my name is Bharati. Let's learn present perfect tense in this video. Always remember, tense means the time of action and verb plays a major role in tenses, and verb is a word that denotes an action, a state of being and possession. Let's start the lesson. Present perfect tense is used to denote an action that started at some time in the past and completed at the time of speaking. Present perfect tense means an action that began sometime in the past, that is, that started at some time in the past and completed at the time of speaking. So, the action began at some time in the past. It began earlier. It didn't get completed. It is continuing and it is getting stopped at the time when we are talking. So that is present perfect tense. Look at the example. She has written a story. Here, has written is the verb. Here, the story she began to write earlier, but just now she has completed it. So she has written a story. You have completed it successfully. So it was started earlier and just now it is completed successfully. They have trained the circus animals. They have trained. So have trained is the verb. The circus animals. So the training began earlier and now the training is completed. So how do we identify whether the verb is in present perfect? We use the words, the auxiliary verbs, have verbs, that is has or have. We use either has or have plus the past participle of the main verb. We use has or have plus the past participle of the main verb. So has is used for singular subject and have is used for plural subject, and I is considered as plural, so for I and for you is also considered as plural. So has we use for singular subject, have we use for plural subject, and for I and for you. And with that we use the past participle of the main verb. So if you see in this perfect tenses, we will be able to see two verbs. One will be the main verb and the other one will be the auxiliary verb, that is the has verbs. Has, have or had. So the present have verbs are has and have. So has is used for singular, as I already told, has is used for singular and have is used for plural. So she has written, she is singular and so we use has. And write is the main verb. The past participle of write is written. This is an irregular verb. Here you have completed. You is a plural subject and so have is used. And completed, this is a regular verb. I have already taught in the regular and irregular verbs. If ed takes place and a verb is changed into a past tense, it is called a regular verb. If there is a spelling changes, then in the past tense, then it is an irregular verb. So this is a regular verb and this is irregular verb. This one, they have trained the circus animals. They is a plural subject again, and so we use have. So trained, the past participle of train is trained. Now, formation of present perfect tense. As I told you, the formation of present perfect tense has or have plus past participle. That is, has is used for singular subject, have is used for plural subject, for I and for you. So when we go for this past participle, the verbs will be, that is, for regular verbs we add ed. For irregular verbs there will be a change in the spelling, and for the past participle there will be a change again in the spelling. But in the regular verb, the past tense and the past participle will be the same. So there is always a confusion between what is a past tense and what is the present perfect tense. Because in the present perfect tense also, here like ed is added to the verb, and in the past tense also ed is added to the verb. So there is always a confusion. So just let us just see a timeline. Like suppose this is the present time. This is the present time. This is the past time. And this is the future time. We have the present time. This is the present time. We have the future time here, and we have the past time here. Let us have a small line to represent the tenses, the timeline where the time passes. Now, in the past tense, the action begins and ends in the past. In the past tense, the action begins and ends in the past. This is the past tense. I worked yesterday. Yesterday you worked. So the action started and completed there. So this is past tense. This is past, simple past. Right. Now look at this sentence. I have worked all day. When we say this all day, it will be towards the end of the day. It means maybe late evening by 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. And you say that I have worked all day. This all day means you have started the work early in the morning. Maybe by 6 or 7 or at least by 8 o'clock you have started. From morning 8 till late evening 7 you have been working. So I have worked all day. So the action began in the past. Now when you say all day, it means that you are in the late evening. By evening, late evening by 7 or 8 something, or even by 5 it is evening. It means this work has started in the past. Morning is the past. So the work has started here, and that work was continuing till this minute, and now it is stopped. I have worked all day. So from morning till this minute, from morning till this minute you have been working. So that is what I have worked all day. You see, we get two verbs. One is the main verb, the other one is the auxiliary verb. In perfect tenses, have verbs are used as auxiliary verbs. Right. Now, have is used, and the past participle of work is worked. It is a regular verb, and I is considered to be a plural form. We have a few more examples to show the differences between the past tense and the present perfect tense. Let us see. She lived here from 2010 to 2012. So the action is completed there. So it started at one time in the past and it completed at one time in the past. She lived. So that living part is completed. That living action is completed from this time to this time. Right. In this sentence, so this is simple past. This sentence is simple past. In this sentence, she has lived here since 2010. So she has lived here. She has lived here means from 2010 she is living here, and now still she is still living there. Till this minute she is there. It means that, right? She has lived here since 2010. Now from 2010 she has been living here and still she is there. But here she lived here from 2010 to 2012. It means these 2 years alone she lived, and that part is completed. Now we don't know where she is living. Only these 2 years, that is 10 to 12 alone, she lived here. But here in this sentence, from 2010 she started living, and till this minute she is there. Okay, so this is present perfect. This is present perfect tense. Look at the next sentence. They forgot my birthday. This is past tense. Okay, again let us have the timeline so that it will be a little comfortable to understand. This is present. This is past. And this is future. They forgot my birthday. So they forgot. In the past they forgot. One birthday they forgot. Okay, this action in the past they forgot and that is done. That's it. Look at the next sentence. They have forgotten my birthday. So that means in the past they forgot. That is many years before they forgot. Until this year they have forgotten. They have never remembered. They have forgotten. From the past till so many years they have forgotten my birthday. Right. So the action, that forgetting action, it started in the past. Until this year it is forgotten. Now look at the next sentence. He lost his pen. So he lost his pen. This lost is the past tense. He lost. We don't know whether he found it or he didn't find it or he didn't bother about it. So that action is finished. It is completed. That action took place in the past tense. Here, and this is past. It is simple past. He has lost his pen. This next sentence, has lost. He lost his pen earlier and he's still in search of his pen. Maybe he felt it very valuable. He is still in search of his pen. The effect is still there. And so this is present perfect. Right. And this here, this is also past tense. Simple past. This is present perfect. Right. So this is the difference between the past tense and the present perfect tense. Past tense is the action that started and completed in the past. Present perfect is the action that started at some time in the past and it has completed at the time of speaking. So that long years, that long time, the action was going on. So that is present perfect tense. Now we'll just see next one. Where do we use this present perfect tense? How can we use it? What are the words that give us a clue to identify the present perfect tense? Present perfect tense indicates completed action in immediate past. That is, just then if you have completed, it is denoted with just and it is present perfect tense. He has just gone out. Just then he is gone. Just it is completed the action. So when this word just comes, we use this present perfect tense. So we have this has. This denotes the perfect form, present perfect form, and gone is the past participle of go. He is singular and so we use this has. The next sentence, it has just struck 10. Just now the clock rang 10, right? Just now it rang 10. So it is singular. So we use has. Struck, strike is the present tense and past participle is struck. I have just entered the hall. Okay, so here just again this is present perfect. So I is the plural subject. So we use have. The past participle of enter is entered. This is the regular verb. These two are irregular verbs. Gone and struck are irregular verbs. Right. So present perfect tense indicates completed action in immediate past. So with the word just. Next, present perfect tense describes a past event which has left its effect in the present. So the past action is completed in the past, but the effect still remains. So at that time we use this present perfect tense. I have solved all the problems. So I have, since I, it is a plural subject, so we use have. Now solved is the past participle. I have solved all the problems. So many problems were there. Everything is solved. The effect of all these problems, that is the solution. You have the solutions with you. So the effect is still there. So that time we use this present perfect tense. Sachin has scored 100 centuries. Here Sachin is singular. Has we use for singular subject. Scored is the past participle of score, 100 centuries. So Sachin scored a century is a past tense. Maybe in one match he scored a century, maybe in two matches. That is one small event. No, of course, that is a big achievement. but that is an event. It is a past tense. He has scored 100 centuries. That record still remains. So the effect of that action is still there. So to indicate that effect of that action, we use present perfect tense. Next is I can walk. Sorry, I can't walk. I have hurt my leg. Here I have, this is the contraction of have. I have. This is the contraction. I have hurt my leg. I can't walk. So you have hurt the leg earlier. That is in the past. Because of that, you cannot walk. What is the meaning of that? The effect of that injury is still there in you. Right. Next. She has seen that movie 6 times. So he is singular. Has denotes the perfect verb for singular. Seen is the past participle of see. That movie 6 times. Okay, so this 6 times, it shows the continuous action, that is continuous, the repetition of the action. It is not continuous, it is actually repetition of the action. The movie was good, so he kept on doing that one. So when maybe if the movie is still interested, he will have an effect again, he will watch that again. So he liked that movie, and so he watched so many times that effect of that movie is still there. Next, she has had her dinner. She is not hungry. So she is singular. Here has. This is the auxiliary verb. This had is the past participle of have. It means eaten. The past participle had. So we have, this is the main verb and this is the auxiliary verb. She has had her dinner. She is not hungry. So the effect of having that dinner is there. She is not hungry and she doesn't want to have anything else now. So the effect still remains. Next, present perfect tense denotes an action that started in the past and continued till the present moment. For that we use since or for. That is, present perfect tense denotes an action that started in the past and continued till the present moment. As we saw in the first slide, that is the same definition over here. And we use the since or for. We lived here for 10 years. That is 10 years before you started living in this place. Till now you are living there. Right? So we is plural subject. And so we use have. Lived is the past participle of live. We use for to denote that you still live there. He has been ill since last week. He is singular subject and so we use has. Here been denotes the state of being. Been is the be verb for perfect tenses and this been also denotes the state of being. He has been ill since last week. So last week, someday, suddenly he fell sick. So that is past tense over there. And that sickness just got over now. He's just got out of that sickness. So this is present perfect tense. We haven't met them for months. We is the plural subject. This haven't is the short contraction of have plus not. Have not. Have not contraction. So even negative words we use for present perfect tense. So we haven't met. The past participle of meet is met them for months. So in the past we didn't meet them and till now we didn't meet them. So this means the meaning of this subject. So present perfect tense denotes an action that started in the past and continued till the present moment. So we use since or for to denote present perfect tense. Now, how are interrogative sentences formed using present perfect? Interrogative sentences are sentences which ask us a question. Now, have you been to Delhi? Here have, because you is used, you is a plural subject, so we use have. Been denotes the state of being. Have you been to Delhi? This is a yes or no type question. When a question begins with an auxiliary verb, it is a yes or no type of question. Have you been to Delhi? Yes or no if you haven't been. Next, this who has received the mail. Here, who, this is a WH question. Has, so we don't know, maybe one person has received, so we use has. Received is the past participle of receive, the mail. This is a WH question. Next, where have you been so long? Where again is a WH question. So you, since you is the subject that is used and it is in a plural form, we use have. Where have you been so long? Here been denotes the state of being. Has he started the test? So has is used because he is a singular subject. Started is the past participle of start. Has he started this test? Yes or no? That will be the reply for that. So what have you answered for this? What is a WH question? And since you is the subject here, we use have. Answered is the past participle of answer. What have you answered for this? Hope you have understood. This marks the end of present perfect tense. So we learned how present perfect tense is formed. We learned the differences between simple past tense and the present perfect tense. We understood that in perfect tenses we use a main verb and the auxiliary verbs either has or have in the present perfect tense. Has is used for singular subjects and have is used along with the plural subjects and with I and with you. I hope you found this video useful. If you like this video, kindly like and share and also subscribe and hit on the bell button. Also leave your comments and queries down in the comment box. Thanks for watching.